What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the rebuilds in Madden 20. And today we're going to be taking a look at the New York. Which one? They're both New York. We're going to be taking a look at the New York Jets. As you can tell in the back, that is not an extraterrestrial. Greetings, Earthlings. It is Adam Gase with his weird robot buggy alien eyes. And I'm going to try to act as Sir Adam Gase. And to try and not only make the New York Jets the premier team in the state of New York, I mean, or New Jersey, whatever you want to do, but ultimately topple the New England Patriots from up top of the AFC East every single season. And before we look at the roster, we're getting an excellent just input. Ryan Khalil, who came out of retirement, he wants to try to talk to me, but I'm going to say no thank you. But if I would have done the Jets a little bit earlier, we wouldn't have had Ryan Khalil for at least one season. And I'm hoping best case scenario is that we will get like the veteran offensive lineman wants to try to like take someone under his wing. Be it, I mean, most likely, Brandon Shell probably would be the best guy in terms of age and development. So let's take a look here at this roster, a very interesting roster. When you look at the quarterback room, we have Mr. Sam Darnold, 74 overall with a star dev. So it's going to be paramount that we make him not only good, but continue to develop him and get that up into at least a superstar. And I hope, we're going to make him a captain right now, we can get him into a superstar X Factor, and he can become the new top dog, the new California kid, once Tom Brady retires. Then, I don't know, maybe you heard, they traded, or did they trade for him? No, they didn't trade for him, C4. They signed him in free agency, Mr. Le'Veon Bell, who is 27, which is a little bit of an awkward age for a 5-year rebuild, but he should be fairly fine. We probably get him up to like a 95, 96 before he starts regressing. So he's going to be a running back for the entirety of the rebuild. A superstar X Factor when on the field, arguably the best running back in the National Football League. So that is definitely going to help us out. Beyond that, there's not a whole lot there. Wide receiver, we got Robbie Anderson, one of the better deep threats in the National Football League. He's 26, so that's a good age for a rebuild. He's 82 star dev. We can work with that. Crowder's 26. Nice slot wide receiver, 79 star dev. We can work with that. You got Quincy Newton at 27. That's getting up there in age just a little bit. For where he's at least in his development, I don't know, man. We were probably going to still have to try to find that third wide receiver, but ultimately Robbie Anderson and Jamison Crowder should be our wide receivers long term, even though that is a lot of money to get Jamison Crowder away from the Washington Redskins. Tight end, we have Chris Herndon, a guy that I think could be our answer long term. At that position out of the U. He's a 76 with a normal dev. I thought he had a star, but we can work with that. I think that the ceiling is high for him. Offensive line is where it's an absolute crapshoot. Nothing really here at tackle. Definitely want to move on from Kelvin Beachum as soon as possible because that contract is fairly ugly. Left guard, we got Kalicia Semele. He's solid for the time being, but not great for a 5-year rebuild as he is 30. At center, we got Khalil coming out of retirement. He's a 72. That's actually not that good, but we're only going to have him for 1 year. Right guard, Brian Winters. He's 28, 82 with only a normal dev as well. Again, not really a long-term option, but probably the best of the bunch. And then at right tackle, we have Brandon Shell, who normal dev. What's Odoga? Chuma Odoga. He's normal as well. I don't know. I guess all we can hope for, because 27 is also not a great age. I don't know. Hopefully one of those O-linemen say, hey, let's take someone under our wing. We can get a couple easy overall points from that. Going to the defensive side, it's a different story. This is a very nice defense that has a lot of long-term pieces in place. At defensive end, we have Leonard Williams, 25, 84 overall with a star dev. He is going to feature prominently on this defense. Opposing, we got Henry Anderson. I think he's solid for the time being, 28, 79 overall. Had a really good season for the Jets. At D tackle, you got Quinnen Williams. Quinnen Williams is that dude. 80. I don't know his dev trait. We didn't get to see the walkout to cheese it like we usually do, but actually, I'm not going to make him a captain. This guy's awesome. Every interview he has, he kills it, absolutely crushes it. So I'm excited for Quinnen Williams. I think we're going to make him one of the best D tackles in the National Football League. Linebacking core, left outside linebacker, not much there, but when you go to the inside, they paid big money to get C.J. Mosley away from the Baltimore Ravens. Him and Williamson, both 27. Hopefully they don't regress too much. I'm very interested in Blake Cashman. Unfortunately, he's just not really a scheme fit for an outside guy. We're actually going to take Ja'Kai Polite, who slipped in the draft. We're going to make him a left outside linebacker. He will start right away because Jenkins is solid. He's 75, normal, 25. We might be able to develop him, but I think long term, Ja'Kai Polite, Mosley, Williamson, and Jordan Jenkins linebacking core. I'm going to try to build that. I'm going to try to grow that. I'm going to try to make them all at least into the 80s and make it one of the better 3-4 outside linebacking cores in the league. Jumping to the secondary, we got Tremaine Johnson, who's on big-time money. Probably going to want to move on from him sooner than later. Brian Poole, I'm a big Florida Gator fan. He's really, really solid. Don't know how high his ceiling is going to be for this rebuild. Roberts is 28 as well. It's not a great age. Ultimately, it's probably at face value, along with the offensive line, the biggest position of need for me to, in terms of the draft, will be the secondary at the cornerback spot because the safeties are on point. I think Marcus May, we can develop him. He's a 78 star. That is more than enough. Safeties develop very, very nicely in franchise mode. And then you got one of the best safeties in the National Football League, and he's only 23. Definitely going to be a member of the 99 Club when all is said and done. Jamal Adams, 90 overall, superstar. It's all about how long until we get a superstar X Factor. And he has an enforcer, which I'm pretty sure is super overpowered, and that thing that gives a lot of fumbles across the place. Special teams is actually not great. We have 2 punters on the roster, so I'm going to go ahead and release one of them right away. Goodbye. But, I mean, who cares about special teams? I don't even think it matters that much in the sim. So priority right now for our team is we got finding a third wide receiver to replace Anunwa, building up that offensive line, and fixing the cornerbacks. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Let's get into it. Halfway, year 1. He's in the dark. Adam Gase is in the dark. He's recharging his robot batteries. But look, we're right at the same matchup we had at the beginning of the preseason. Giants and Jets. Giants 6-3. Jets 1-6-1. And as you can see from the top of the ticker, Week 9, 28-21 victory over the Dolphins was our first win of the season. We are not playing particularly well. And it looks, well, pretty much until Brady's gone. We're not going to be able to take over the division. So contracts, what do we got? First up is Leonard Williams. We pretty much want to retain all of our started players for a 3-year deal. We'll start with that, and we're able to lock him up. Robbie Anderson, absolutely. Come on, there we go. I didn't even know Brian Poole had a star dev, but we will definitely lock him out 3 more years. That's a perfect age. He'll be 29 when everything comes back around. I'm not actually super familiar with Jordan Jenkins' stats. I know, look, he's only gone up 1 overall the entirety of the season. I could not tell you if he's replaced. Let's see. Is he replaceable? What do we got for your stats this year? You have 1 sack. For right now, it's a no, bro. It's a no, guy. Beyond that, I mean, looking at the rest of the team, I'm not seeing anyone that is worthy of a contract. We're going to have plenty of money to spend in the upcoming free agency period. So, yeah, let's trim some of the fat here on this squad. Season 1 has finished, and I'm not gonna lie, we won like 3 of our last 4 of our last 5. But let me just double check. We finished real hot though. This is a team that finished so hot, like Hansel. 1, 2, 4, 5. We won 5 of our last 6. So this is a team that finally started to pull it all together. Maybe they struggled trying to integrate Le'Veon Bell into the offense. Sam Darnold. We got 4,000 passing yards, 26 touchdowns to 7 picks. I'll take that for Sam Darnold, a quarterback that has struggled with turnovers in his career, dating back to USC. Finally, starting to get that under wraps, but maybe a little bit better than 61% completion would be fantastic. Running the ball, Le'Veon Bell was very good, 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns, 90 yards per game. We got 109 catches, 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns for Jamison Crowder. Also got an in-game scenario boost to a superstar dev. Unfortunately, we also got one of those scenarios for Robbie Anderson. We did not achieve it, so he's still sitting at a star and did not really have that good of a season, to be honest with you. But Le'Veon Bell, almost 2,000 yards from scrimmage. Over. He just got it. No, he didn't. Almost 2,000 yards from scrimmage. He was dominant, very dominant. Defensively, Jamal Adams, nice. 108 tackles, no sacks, no picks. Looks a little weird. Over 100 tackles for Poole, 100 tackles for Tremaine Johnson. We got, that's okay. 18 TFLs, 4 sacks. Our boy Quinnen Williams, only 2.5 sacks. I mean, the TFLs look great. I'll show you that in a second because we had one play that was just ridiculous. Only 3 interceptions. This defense was garbage, and this is like the strength of the team. But the craziest development was Ja'Kai Polite, who started as a 72 outside linebacker. We got the event, the scenario. He earned him a dev trait. He got 20,000 XP, which is 8 skill points. And he just, I don't know, man. He's taking off right now. He's developing like an absolute monster. And I think we have something special on hands. And as a Florida Gator fan, I'm totally cool with that. Looking at the yearly awards, MVP went to Matt Ryan. AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Tom Brady. Not shocked. Le'Veon Bell coming in at number 7. Defensive player of the year went to Calais Campbell. We had no one. Offensive rookie of the year went to Hollywood Brown. Defensive rookie of the year went to Cleland Furl, with Ja'Kai Polite coming in at number 4. Quinnen Williams at number 10. So some pretty good, at least in comparison to the rest of the rookies, results for our 2 big dogs on the defense in Polite and Quinnen. Let's have another stellar draft. We got my real draft classes. I got 3 real draft classes, so this is going to be loaded with real college players. Let's start it now. Year 1 offseason. We're going to dip our toes into free agency, or at least try to in year 1. First up, we got Jack Conklin, who came available from the Tennessee Titans. He'd be an upgraded either tackle spot, so we're making sure we're coming with a big bid, and you can see if we don't get him, it was never meant to be. Vernon Hargraves, who's a familiar face on my channel, but somehow with the Bucs, he got a star dev, so we're not going to overpay, but it'd be pretty nice to bring him in. And actually, I just noticed Brian Poole, who has a star last year, got a superstar at some point. I don't know how he earned that. I want to actually double-check his player progression. And then we just got 2 people coming in here on the special teams in Bagley and former Philadelphia Eagle punter, Cam Johnston. Well, didn't get the guy we want. Got a nice option to add to our secondary, but god damn it, man. I think that's like the 3rd time I've tried to get Jack Conklin, and he just will not come to my team in free agency. We get a draft recap. We had a pretty solid draft, all things considered. The base overalls might not shock. Look, I even eat my own classes. I will still have some pretty garbage picks. We'll work away from the top. So we got 2 depth here on the offensive line. You got the kicker, the nerd alert kicker, the kicker with the glasses from Georgia, Rodrigo Blankenship. He actually came out to be a 70 overall. He's going to be our starting kicker. Brad Stewart might as well keep the Florida pipeline in this secondary going. He's just a 64. You know, we always want to shoot for a target about a 65, so he's just below that. 4th round slipping. He was a projected 2nd round pick. Donovan Peoples-Jones from Michigan, 67 overall wide receiver, just a normal dev, but I don't know why he's actually a captain too. That must be a glitch, but you know, he's going to fill out some depth there. And then ultimately we want to get big and better on the offensive line. So in the 3rd round, we got Navon Donaldson, the guard tackle from Miami. He's a 68 overall, but he has a hidden dev trait, so that is huge. Once we unlock that, he should be able to, worst take over for one of the aging Kalicia Assembly or Brian Winters. We have no center on the roster, so we had to get a starter, or at least try to get a starter. We got Jake Hansen, the best center in the class. A little bit of reach. He's projected to go 3rd round. We got him the 2nd. He's a 68. Also has a hidden dev trait, so fingers crossed that turns out to be a superstar or something nice. At least help him develop right away, because it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve. A lot of these young guys are going to have to start right away. And then at pick 12 in the 1st round, we got one of the best tackles in college when healthy, and that is Trey Adams from Washington. He is a 71 overall as well with a dev trait. So that is going to be huge. The fact that we got 3 young offensive linemen all in one draft, with O-line being, let's be honest, the top priority for rebuilding the Jets. We might have 3 future long-term pieces to make our offensive line one of the best in football. Year 2 is upon us, and my God, how big of a difference 1 year makes. I don't know where these random dev trade increase happen, but now Jamison Crowder is a superstar X Factor. It should actually be in his progression history whenever he got this. NFL receptions leader. Got the superstar. Cool. Sick. So now we're working with that. Actually, I don't want this. For whatever reason, the AI signed Brock Osweiler when I didn't want that because I signed Easton Stick. So looking at our offensive line, this is a new worked offensive line. We're going Donaldson at right tackle, Hansen at center, Trey Adams at left tackle. It's a young offensive line. There might be some learning curves, but long-term for the 5-year rebuild, this is what needed to be done. When you look at the defensive side, we have a brand new superstar player in Brian Poole. How he got this, it literally was random. I think it will still show the progression history. It just like straight was like Super Bowl week. Look at that. There you go. Dev trade increase. So that's awesome. Nothing else really has changed. What I have done, even this is a Madden thing, is I took Blake Cashman, really, really nice middle linebacker. In no way, shape, or form will he be a 3-4 outside linebacker at 6'1", 235. But for Madden's sake, it does work. His stats are off the chains. 88 tackle, 91 speed, 91 acceleration, 82 pursuit, 74 block shed. So we're just going to make it happen for right now because we didn't want to re-sign... I can't remember his name. Dude from Georgia, Jenkins. So is this going to be the team that picked up? What was it, 5 of 6 to end the season last year? I sure hope so. I'd love to make a deep run because ultimately, you look at this team. Le'Veon Bell's only getting older, and we're probably not going to win once Le'Veon Bell's on the downswing of his career. So let's start things off this year very hot against the Raiders and get into the Super Bowl. Halfway through year 2, much better start. 5-3 for the Jets, still behind the Patriots. I don't know if they still have Brady or not, but we're 5-3. We're at least in the hunt. We're still in contention for the division and got to be looking pretty good for that wild card. Looking at contracts, first up we got Jamal Adams. He wants almost $100 million. Is he worth it? Probably. I mean, no safety's probably worth that amount of money, but we will make sure we hammer out a deal with Jamal Adams. He's our best player. Avery Williamson, want to bring you back. Thank you very much. Brian Winters. This is why we had the draft that we had. Okay, we'll go Marcus May first. $8 million for a star def safety. Yes, sir. Give me that locked up. Yay. We got a 1-year deal for Assembly. He's going to dip below 70. 3-year for Winters. That is just not smart. I mean, if the market's barren and dry, we might be able to get them a better deal on the open market. But those are just 2 players that I'm not picking up those ugly contracts for. At a year 2, we're a 10-win team, baby. We had 2 games at the final stretch. We tied and then won in week 17. I thought we were going to choke it. As a 2-tie Ravens team is our opponent in the wild card round. Our team overall looks real good. 82 with an 85 offense, 87 defense. Second place in the East. My God, the Dolphins were bad. Looking at the stats, Darnold, pretty good. Almost 4,300 yards, 33 touchdowns to 12 picks. That is Super Bowl winning numbers, at least in a rebuild in a sim format. Running the ball, Le'Veon Bell dipped just a little bit, but still really good. 83 yards per game, 1,300 rushing yards, 8 touchdowns. James Crowder has been phenomenal. Slot wide receivers in this Adam Gase offense, obviously on point. 960-4 for Anunwa, 760-11 for Robbie Anderson, 750-3 for Herndon, and Le'Veon Bell got his out the backfield. 111 tackles from C.J. Mosley, 14.5 sacks from Ja'Kai Polite and Quinnen Williams. That is very good. Avery Williamson with 9.5, 6 from Nathan Shepard, the Canadian, who we decided to give an opportunity at defensive end. Picks are still not amazing, but for whatever reason, it seems like our DBs are just getting random dev trade increases, so I'm not going to complain. Yearly awards MVP went to Ezekiel Elliott with Drew Brees on the Patriots. That is, ew, that's gross. Did we get Coach of the Year, though? Considering everything. Oh, they gave it to Nerd Belichick. Considering everything, Gase should have won it. He's just weird. They didn't want to bring him to the awards ceremony. Offensive Player of the Year went to Drew Brees. Sam Darnold. Hey, shout out to slinging Sam Darnold over there. Getting number 10. Defensive Player of the Year went to J.J. Watt with Ja'Kai Polite coming in at number 3. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Justin Herbert, the new man in L.A. We had no one. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Thomas Graham Jr. We had no one because we went big on the offensive line. We pulled a Colts. You know, the Colts got like Quentin Nelson and Braden Smith in one draft. That's what we did, and it worked out fairly well. I have no idea how well we're gonna go in the playoffs, how deep we're gonna go, but at least we made it. You know, we made it. All right, the weather couldn't be better. It's in the snow. We got an instant touchdown to rip out the game 7 zip. I like to see it. I don't know who the advantage would be. Both these teams have to deal with the snow. I would guess New Jersey gets more snow than Baltimore. It's like the same place pretty much, isn't it? We're looking good. We are scoring very quickly, making the most of our opportunities. 28-17. It looks like we will be going into the fourth quarter with a lead, and it's gone. And it's gone. And then we can't score the touchdown. Come on. All right, we got the ball, 3:27, tied 31 apiece. An excellent-looking game here as we couldn't get it, and now our defense actually stands tough. Oh, they went for it on 4th down. The moment popped up for them to punt it. They actually got a conversion. Let's come in. You know what? This team has impressed me enough that I'm actually not even really that good at this game. This is not going to do a whole lot, but we'll see what we can do with some 4 verts. I hate this. Whatever this is that doesn't let me see my play art, that should. Very annoying. All right. Who wants it? Ah! No! Oh, he caught it! He caught it! And then the game's over because there's 12 seconds. Oh, no. What an unfair way to end it. Oh, that was... Oh. Le'Veon, 177 yards. Darnold, over 400. And that's... Look at how our draft panned out. Wasn't a terrible draft. I just didn't really know the direction that we should lay things out. We got 3 really good picks, though. Our first 3 and our last 2 picks were not the best. The first round, though, we got Devonta Smith, one of the very talented wide receivers on Alabama's roster. 73 with a hidden dev trait. Really, we just need some cover for Quincy Enunwa. He's getting out there in age. His contract's kind of expensive, so when he can move on from him sooner or later, the better. He got a lot of speed here, 93 speed, 94 acceleration. Second round, we got Wyatt Davis, guard from Ohio State. He's a 71. Solid pickup, very strong. Then we got Tyler Friday, good scheme fit out of Ohio State. 3-4 defensive end, 67 overall. Not bad. Pretty well-rounded. Nothing spectacular. Then we got Charles Snowden, the gigantic outside linebacker from Virginia. 64 overall, 6'7", 230 pounds. So he's more so just a depth move. We got Garantano from Tennessee to be our backup. And then just kind of whiffed on some depth offensive linemen to finish out the draft. But good draft, all things considered, because we weren't able to spend any money in free agency because there was no upgrades to be had. Let's get into year number 3. Looking to build upon a very successful year 2. Our team is looking pretty mint. 81 overall with an 83 offense, 85 defense. A lot further along than I thought we were going to be. I thought there was going to be a rebuild that really weren't going to be peaking till like the last season or so. The offensive line is pretty much all mine. Davis, I mean, the guards could be better. Adoga, we converted from tackle to guard. But, mainly everyone here is, guys that we're committed to long term. But no changes outside of that on the offense. We're going to let Devonta Smith get a lot of snaps this season. Between him and Enunwa, they'll be rotating in. On the defensive side of the ball, very nice defense. We didn't get any surprise dev trade upgrades, I don't think, off the top of my head. Oh, Cashman. Blake Cashman got one, which is cool because he already was a square peg in a round hole at right outside linebacker. So at least he's, in the eyes of Madden, being pretty successful. So hopefully we can get another playoff with in year number 3 and maybe, just maybe, get that first playoff win. Midway through year 4, we're 4-4. That's not great, but it's only a game back in the AFC East, so we're still well within the hunt. Looking at contracts, first up, we have our surprise superstar X Factor in Jamison Crowder, who kind of comes in on paper one of the best slots in the league, and he kind of actually is a good slot. We got Sam Darnold. $160 million. You'd like to take more than that? Of course you would. Let's see if we can get everyone else signed up, and then we can come back with Darnold. Shepard 8.5. It's kind of expensive, but we'll get him locked up. So other than that, we'll make sure we can come back with Darnold, give him a couple more. So much money. That is so much money. Oh my God. Oh shit, we got into the playoffs still. With a week 17 loss, we won 4 of our last 5 again. Strong finish of the season. I thought for sure we have to win that week 17 game to sneak in. But look at that. We take on the Patriots. I don't know if Drew Brees is still their quarterback. So that means we were runners up in the East. But right away, we get to find out who truly is the top team in the East. Looking at the stats, Darnold, down year, 3,700 yards, 21 touchdowns, 6 picks. There was a Le'Veon show, 89 yards a game, 1,400 yards, 12 touchdowns. No 1,000-yard receivers. Solid year from Crowder. No one else really stood out. Defensively, Avery Williamson, nice year. 106 tackles, 8 TFLs, 5 sacks, 6.5 sacks, 11 TFLs from Polite. But defensive stats are definitely down across the board. Picks were slightly better, but I don't know what happened to this year's team. MVP went to Matt Ryan. I think it's the second time he's won it. Offensive Player of the Year went to Kareem Hunt. Le'Veon Bell coming in at 7. Defensive Player of the Year went to Jayon Brown. And we had no one making that list. But we made the playoffs. It's something. At least it's 2 years worth of making the playoffs, even though we've yet to get an AFC East title. At least take that away from the Patriots. Hopefully, their rebuild is coming next year. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So here we go. Patriots in the playoffs. We're actually the better team. The Patriots are a base overall of an 81. We are a base overall of an 84. If this was Madden 19, we know 100% chance we would lose, but it's Madden 20. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt that we'll be able to get one over here and prove that we are truly the creme de la creme in the AFC East. But we're not looking so hot right now. Down a touchdown in the second half, and Patriots with Drew Brees going from Tom Brady to Drew Brees. They're slinging it right now. It's in the snow. Heaven forbid we get a nice weather game. Third down. Let's come in. Our offense looks to be struggling just a little bit. 3rd and inches on the 2. Literally the perfect time to run the C4 special with maybe the perfect running back to execute a Le'Veon Bell. But it's all about the blocking up front. Come on, Hogs. Let's go, Hogs up front. We get terrible. Oh, we got the first down, but that was simply insanity for making all those guys miss. Can we actually get in? They do punch it in on their own. We just had to do all that work to get the first down, and we get kind of a stop. We get holding to a field goal. 3rd down, big field goal. I'm the best field goal kicker in the world. I'm gonna come in and nail this. because it's what I do. It's what I do. Who's my kicker? I have no idea, but he nails it. And this game should be enough to go in overtime. Oh, it's Rodrigo Blankenship. Nerd alert from Georgia. So we're in the overtime. We have the ball first, so oh, we fucked. Oh, we get it again. 2 attempts in overtime. We have no one else to blame but ourselves that we don't win. We get the dub, 30-24 on the day. Looks like Drew Brees had a phenomenal performance, but still, it's changing to the guard here. Darnold, touchdown. He played okay. 130 yards, 3 touchdowns for Lev Bell. Freaking nature. Herndon had a big game. Crowder had a touchdown, 14 tackles. CJ Mosley, Williams, and Polite all with sacks. No turnovers. Didn't need them, as the Jets are truly the best team in the AFC East. And, going to the next round. Okay, so now in the divisional round, we walk into the Big Daddies. The Chargers, they're a 91 base overall. Very overpowered. In the AFC, it's really the Chargers and the Browns for just nasty rosters. As we miss a okay, never mind. I'm not gonna talk crap. We got a touchdown in the red zone, even though we missed a field goal attempt. And am I mad that we missed a field goal attempt? Absolutely. Am I mad that we missed 2 field goal attempts? Absolutely. But we got a lead. It looks like we might be able to pull into the second half with a touchdown lead. Or no, we choke it. Oh, we choked. Oh no. Oh no. I'm watching Mindhunter right now on Netflix, and if we choke this victory, they're going to have to probably do a little expose on the Giants or the Jets and why someone's a strangler. The Madden Sim's a strangler on my team. They're getting away with murder out here. 4th down, I'm coming in. Oh my God. 4th and 23 on the 12. Lord knows who's powered up right now. I'm not seeing any X Factors powered up. All right, so we're going to take Anderson. He's going streaks. He's our burner. Lev Bell is probably our safest option here. Devonta Smith there's also fast. Are we going to have time? My gut says no matter what happens here, we're going to get sacked by Joey Bosa, but let's see. Or we go right to Le'Veon Bell. Let's go. All right, literally, I gave the computer another opportunity and the same shit. They stalled, so we have to come back in. I'm running the same play. You give me time. Le'Veon Bell is a come on. We have Le'Veon Bell again. But I think if you've watched enough of my videos by now, you know I hate Derwin James more than I hate any player in the National Football League. Some say I put a curse on him because now he's actually looking like he's going to miss significant time IRL. But I'm done with Derwin James, man. They made him way too good. They need to patch him 100% in that September patch. Here we fall to the Chargers because Joey Bosa and Derwin James. And they also have Justin Herbert. So that's great. That's going to be good to go up against for the next couple years. Looking at our final draft of real prospects, good haul. We only had 1 running back on roster, so don't think I'm like replacing Le'Veon Bell, but when you have the best running back prospect, the #1 overall running back still sitting there at the end of the first round, you got to pull the trigger, especially when he comes out 76 with a hidden dev, 6 feet, 225, 89 speed, 92 acceleration. Great compliment we have in Le'Veon Bell. And when he does regress, we have this stud on the roster. Second round, we got Trill Williams from Syracuse. 6'2", long-rangey corner, fits our scheme, 69 overall, 90 speed, 76 man. Third round, we got DeMarco Helms, strong safety from Alabama. He's clearly not going to play over Jamal Adams, who recently just got his Superstar X Factor in the offseason, or from last year. But we just had 1 on the roster, add some nice little depth there, 66 with a hidden dev trait. Maybe we can find ways to get him more involved. The rest of the draft, not going to lie, pretty bad. Maybe I was too harsh when it came to grading guys, or maybe I just suck. But we got our playoff berth last year. Now we're heading into year 4. We got a, how much did we pay? Almost $170 million quarterback in Sam Darnold. It's about time we start stiffing that championship title game. Year 4, literally straight up no changes. We add Sanders to the backfield. Offensive lines all starting to come together. Offense is an 83. Darnold very close to a 90 overall, which is better than what I thought. I don't even think I reached the 90s with him last year in Madden 19, so that's pretty cool that we actually kind of made him into a very legitimate quarterback. On the defense, no new starters, man. His free agency was pretty bad. I mean, I was looking at bringing in a third corner. That might have to be second-round pick, Trill Williams. We'll have to get him out there sooner than later. Polite, I don't know if last time we talked, saw that he got a Superstar ability. He is now a secure tackler and a power specialist. So next up for him is X Factor. And Jamal Adams got himself his superstar X Factor. I'm not going to lie, a little bit longer than what I thought for him to get it. But he got reinforcement. I think that's Derwin James. That smoke that Derwin James just throws over the field that causes fumbles left, right, and center. Hopefully we get that advantage in the sim. And I don't know, was Brian Poole Superstar X Factor last time? When did this happen? When did you get yours? I've seen everyone else. Oh, he get it again. I don't know what he's doing to get this, but I will take this. And it's reinforcement as well. So we have two monsters on that defense that should be forcing fumbles left, right, and center here in year number 4. Week 11 of year 4 is where we're going to take this one up. We are 4-5. That is 2 off the mark in the AFC East. We're still searching for our first AFC East title. And I don't know if you watched the last couple of rebuilds, but we've dominated divisional titles. Not here with the Jets. So, yeah, that'd be very annoying to miss the playoffs. Look at that contracts. We got Jamal Adams, who's getting his second mega deal of the rebuild. He takes that one. We got Le'Veon Bell. That's actually very affordable, even though we drafted maybe his successor. I don't think we're going to have to worry about that. He's not going to regress that much more. So we'll come back to the table with Le'Veon Bell. We got Ja'Kai Polite. He wants to get paid. Yeah, come back with him. Quinnen Williams wants to get paid. We're spending lots of money here on the defense, and they better, turn around and make the playoffs. That's all I can say. But that's why we haven't been spending money. You guys have been seeing us dipping in and out of free agency without bringing people in. That's because so we can do this. We can keep all the talent that we've been growing and developing and grooming and getting chemistry with. So let's see. We got Marcus May. It's not a great contract, but Adoga has emerged as a very solid starter on the offensive line. Was drafted as a tackle, has moved into guard. That has been his best spot. We have Wesco, who was drafted as a tight end. We moved into fullback. I assume he's been fairly solid, so we'll bring him in. So that kind of leaves us with Cashman, Quinnen Williams, Ja'Kai Polite, and Le'Veon Bell that all need to get new contracts. But because we have so much salary cap still left, we're going to make sure those deals get done. Year 4, like the cursed year in Madden 19, where no matter how good our team was, we would, for whatever reason, suck more often than not, creeped its ugly head up here in Madden 20. We went 5, 6, and 10. It was a completely winnable AFC East with an 8-8 Dolphins team winning the whole division. Very annoying. Very, very annoying. Darnold was okay. The touchdowns look good. The yards are okay. The picks are not amazing. Not amazing, but those aren't like, it wasn't like Darnold was the reason why we lost. That's like, that's a B+ season, I would like to think, from a quarterback. Le'Veon Bell was okay. Almost 1,500 yards, 7 touchdowns. No 1,000-yard receivers. Crowder and Robbie Anderson had solid years. Defensively, 124 tackles, 9 TFLs, 7.5 sacks. Mosley, that's huge. 7 sacks Polite. Cashman, 7 sacks. He's the only player, actually, that we were unable to sign long-term, so I'm going to franchise tag him because we're not letting him walk. Picks are, they haven't been amazing, but those aren't terrible. Quick look at the yearly awards because we know we're not going to be here. MVP went to Patrick Mahomes, and we had nobody there. I just want to get into year 5, Super Bowl or bust time. We've had a lot of success. We've only had one rebuild where we have yet to win a Super Bowl. That was with the Cardinals, but that also goes into the whole fact that Madden doesn't have, the proper algorithm working for mobile quarterbacks, and we had Kyler Murray. So this could actually be our first true legitimate failure, unless we can pull it all together in year 5. So we're going to spend some money in free agency. Hopefully we have enough to bring 1 or 2 more big-name players in, and we can make a big-time run in year 5. All right, we're going to come in with 2 bids. The market for free agency wasn't quite where we wanted, but we're going into year 5. It's not a realistic rebuild, so let's spend all our money. So we're looking at Nasir Adderley, 89 overall free safety. We did just re-sign Marcus May, I feel like we did last year. But, we need to we got to throw everything here. And then Miles Boykin at wide receiver. He's a scheme fit, and it looks like Robbie Anderson has regressed quite a bit. He's not even in our top 2 wide receivers anymore. So at least Boykin will help complete the wide receiver room. So getting a look at our final draft, the only draft that didn't have my custom rookies, and it looks like we did fairly well. In the first round, we got Donovan Hill, this corner out of Colorado State, 75 with a hidden dev trait. Looks really good right out the box. Only bad thing is he's not a scheme fit, really. We're man defense, he had 65. Man, we just had to go best player available. More so, we needed a slot. So, it kind of works out that way. Second round, we got a 71 guard, Roderick Ginn from Michigan State. Again, getting anything in the 70s is really, really good in Madden 20. Third round, we got Gary Jameson, 69 D tackle from Wisconsin. We had a 63 linebacker with a hidden dev, Jalen Boone from Oklahoma. Another really, really nice pick. And then, man, I got to get better at finding the gems, though. I find like rounds 5, 6, and 7, I'm getting some stinkers in the 50s. But actually, it's very rare that from the year 4 and the year 5 draft, we actually get someone that can contribute. But Donovan Hill, like I said, he's going to be our third corner. He's going to see a lot of playing time as a rookie as we enter year 5 Super Bowl or bust. We'll note, we both got the 2 targets we wanted from in free agency, Nasir Adderley and Miles Boykin. Year 5 Super Bowl or bust time. I don't think you're going to see a better Jets roster than what we're putting forth right now. 89-89 on both sides of the ball. With the offense, it'd be kind of nice if we can get Darnold into the 90s just to say that we did that. The supporting cast is good. We have one of the better offensive lines in the league. By the end of the season, I'll say we have no one under an 80 overall, which is definitely one of the bigger, more drastic points I noticed from Madden 20 to Madden 19. Found like Madden 19, by the end of the rebuilds, year 5, our offensive line was like almost all in the 90s. They're just not growing like they used to. I know they did nerf like the O-line XP package and stuff, but I'm kind of feeling it. Herndon's been solid, 86. I'm actually kind of surprised he hasn't got up to a superstar. But we got Le'Veon Bell. Hasn't regressed too bad at all, so maybe that's something you guys can take note of if you do a Jets rebuild. Le'Veon Bell, he's good. He's Gucci for 5 years. Jameson Crowder, surprise X factor, but we will take it. Very, very deadly out the slot. Smith from Alabama has been solid, as well as Anderson. We also bring in Miles Boykin to complete the wide receiver room. Defensively, that's where this team has been very, very good. The front 3 of Quinnen Williams, Leonard Williams, and Nate Shepard has been very solid. Our secondary, Brian Poole, another surprise superstar X factor. You throw in Hill. We got that hidden dev, Hargraves, who's been solid. You got Jamal Adams, who should be a member of the 99 Club before all is said and done. Shakai Polite has been ridiculous, starting as a 72 normal dev. Right now, going into year 5, 95 superstar. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it, especially because his stock tanked at the combine stuff. He was really good for my Florida Gators, so that panned out. Linebacking core is really, really good. I'd probably say this is top 5 linebacking core of the National Football League, and then bringing in some, mercenary, if you will, 1 year, but it's all we need in Nasir Adderley to give us, I'd probably think, the best safety tandem in the league between him and Jamal Adams. So it's year 5 Super Bowl or bust time. We've made the playoffs twice, but we have yet to even just straight up win the AFC East. So that'd be nice. That'd be a great starting point, and hopefully we can get that done and then bring home a ship, which, Super Bowl 2 or 3 was the last time they won one? Year 5, that's the best thing you could see at the completion of a season. That means we got a first-round bye. We got a divisional title. Whatever we had the tiebreaker over the Dolphins. Both of us sitting up top, 11-5, and look who's at the bottom. 4-12 Patriots. Any AFC East fan that's not a Patriot fan watching this sheds a tear. Redskins were the best team in the league. What? Actually, this was actually a toss-up between doing the Jets or the Redskins for what rebuild we're doing today. Anyways, let's look. Sam Darnold was not amazing. 4,100 yards, 29 touchdowns, 7 picks. Average. 1,400 yards, 15 touchdowns for Le'Veon Bell. Really good season. He's been outstanding as expected throughout this rebuild. Jameson Crowder, 85 catches, 1,100 yards, 9 tutties. He was really good. Rest of the core chipped in. They did their jobs. Defensively, Mosley really good. 126 tackles, 9 TFLs, 5 sacks. 10.5 from Quinnen Williams. Thank you. Don't know why Shakai Polite hasn't had the kind of years. Remember, like 2 years ago, he had 14.5 sacks. He's been down. Brian Poole, finally someone gets more than 2 picks on our team. He got 4. Adderley is our mercenary. Not bad. 59 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 picks. Really good safety. 4 picks for our safety tandems. I'll take that. Quick look at the early awards. MVP went to Darius Geis, a non-quarterback. Cool. A little interesting. Coach of the year went to Adam Gase. Nice. We won some sort of award. Why is Doug Peterson in Miami? AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Justin Herbert, with Le'Veon Bell coming in at number 2. Sam Darnold, number 9. Defensive Player of the Year went to Darius Leonard. CJ Mosley coming in at number 7. So we have some pretty good team success, some pretty good individual success, but it's Super Bowl or bust time. So it's time for me to get my hands dirty. And what that actually means is to get sacked 38 times by Myles Garrett here in the divisional playoff against the 8-8 Browns. Oh, let's go Lev Bell. Just found out the Browns also have Bobby Wagner. Cool. Oh, Crowder is filthy out of the slot. Opening drive. Jets get that touchdown lead. 7-zip. Jets over the Browns. Oh, Trey Sanders comes in relief duty. the reason why is we used a high pick, a first-round pick, on another running back, is so that when Le'Veon gets tired, we have a guy that can take off a 66-yard run like that, dominate at the line of scrimmage, make guys look foolish, get pay dirt. All right, well, there's their free touchdown. I mean, Le'Veon Bell doesn't fumble the ball, and he was X-factored, but cool. Give them a freebie. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm starting to think, like, maybe I'm getting so frustrated with the Raiders franchise because we have no X-factors outside of Antonio Brown. Like, playing in these rebuilds with X-factors, so much more enjoyable this game is. Oh, my God, the kid's a home run hitter. All he does is score touchdowns. Our run game is unbelievable right now, which makes you feel proud because we invested so much in the offensive line in the draft. Miles Sanders, 2 touches, 2 touchdowns. Oh my God, I'm in love with Jamison Crowder. Why? He's still a Redskin to me, but I'm in love with him. And the C4 special tap means we can hopefully sim out the rest of this game because we did our job, and we will find ourselves right there in the AFC Championship game. But of course, this is the time the sim will just, oh, okay, thank God, it's not going to screw us. If we end up losing this in the sim, being up 35 points in the first half, I was gonna send a really, really mean letter to EA. I know a couple devs will send them, be like, kidding me? You kidding me? So that's a big time dub. We're ready, man. We got our first divisional title. The run game is insane. The combination between Le'Veon Bell and Sanders. You throw in Darnold being on fire. You throw in just how good we have play out of the slot from Jamison Crowder. This team's unstoppable. This team is unstoppable. Oh, nice catch. Second 11, Justin Herbert's brother, Patrick Herbert. Nice. Second and 6 on the 7. Let's do it ourselves. Let's do it ourselves. Slide in for the touchdown. Avoids contact, which surely would have been a fumble. Nice opening drive from the Jets. Oh, Robbie Anderson, you need to take this to the house. Because we're in a snow game. We haven't been able to run the ball. We haven't been able to pass the ball. So we need big plays, big scores, 75 yards to the ageless wonder Robbie Anderson. That'll do the trick. Oh, only big plays. We only hit big plays and apparently missed extra points. All right, we're going to try C4 specially, but our offense has been bipolar. Last week, couldn't pass the ball. We ran the ball so well. This week, couldn't run the ball, but we've been passing it really good. But Le'Veon Bell takes a C4 special in. Pull back just a little bit, but that missed extra points killing us right now. Oh, Le'Veon. Oh, if that was young man Le'Veon, that would have been a touchdown. But that's still a big play. Needed that. Fuck! Fuck! There you go. Our least successful rebuild of the Madden 20 cycle. It was about, we had 4 in a row where we won the Super Bowl. Right now, the record worst was the Cardinals rebuild, where we had 2 divisional titles and no Super Bowl win. And here with the Jets, even though I thought we built a really good team, 1 divisional title, no Super Bowls. We threw 2 picks of Sam Darnold, but ultimately our defense, you can't give up 375, 4 touchdowns, Patrick Mahomes. I knew the game was looking pretty funky when we got that nice little lead in the first half, and the Chiefs, it was 2 minutes and 1 second left, and they had to go 95 yards to get a touchdown. And guess what? Didn't use a single timeout. Took them like 4 plays to go 95 yards for a touchdown. On one hand, it's annoying sim bullshit. On the other hand, I guess if someone could plausibly do it, it's probably Patrick Mahomes like Tyreek Hill. Still annoying. I was pretty much just throwing in the wind there. Pissing in the wind. Throwing those interceptions. Just trying to get anything going. Devontae Smith had a good game. 4 catches, 131 yards. Defensively, we got only 1 sack from Blake Cashman. Brian Poole had a pick. It just wasn't enough, man. It wasn't meant to be for this Jets rebuild. If you had to find a positive, I guess, from a statistical standpoint, Sam Darnold's probably the best quarterback the Jets have ever had. Dating back to, Joe Namath is, their best quarterback. But let's be honest, his stats kind of suck. Chad Pennington probably still has the best stats. Or, Mark Sanchez for a Jets quarterback. So at least we've developed Darnold into probably the most talented quarterback the Jets have ever had. We can hang our hat on that. We can hang our hat on building this offensive line so Le'Veon Bell could be dominant for all 5 years of the rebuild. The success of Ja'Kai Polite was also pretty dope. But ultimately, stings. It's annoying. I don't like losing. Now we're going to have to get back on a winning streak. The next rebuild you guys will see on the channel, though, is going to be the new Realistic Rebuild series. I don't know exactly. I want to say Tuesday, Wednesday. It's going to be 3 videos. They're going to be 3 parts. They're going to come up in order. I'm going to find the best way to upload it, but I feel like a mix of the Raiders, Realistic Rebuilds, and these rebuilds, it's going to be good content until football starts, and then we can start mixing in the weekly Eagle videos. I don't know what I'm going to do for the Eagles videos because I know I want some of that content to go on Patreon, be exclusive over on Patreon. I think I'll probably will just do my post-game reactions and grades and stuff like that still. And the previews and all that other stuff I did for Eagles content will move over to the Patreon page. But that does it for me today, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this rebuild. Smash that like button if you enjoyed. We get like 2,000 likes. That would be pretty awesome. Leave a comment in the comment section below about what team you want to see me rebuild next. And subscribe if you're new. We're at like 105,000. 110,000 would be pretty awesome if we can get that before my birthday, which is 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, somewhere in that territory. So hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Until then, it's C4 saying peace out.
Money I'm spending, I'm out and I'm shopping. You talking that shit, well you talking and talking. Look at my options, look at me dropping. Ass in the game, like who are you stopping? Not me, not me, not never. Not me, not me, not never. Not me, not me, not never. I'm way too clever. Look at the kid, Mr.